Hello and welcome to Spotlight. I am Kiza K. Good morning, it's a Friday. Let's talk about the Nigerian Football Federation yesterday announced the dissolution of the Interim Management Committee (IMC) of the Nigerian Premier League, which has now been displaced and also replaced by a board to be headed by the IMC former chairman Benga Elegbeleye. Elegbeleye, the former deputy chairman of the House Representative Committee of Youth and Sports, and also a former director general of the Nigerian Sports Commission (NSC), headed the IMC that brilliantly executed the last MPFL season and the championship playoff. During the high praise on the NFF and stakeholders in general, also on the new MPFL board are Mala Mohammed Nasiru Saidu, Pumeni Ogun, former Super Eagles star Daniel Amokachi, Dr. Oke Balaku, Malam Suleiman Omar, and former Super Eagles striker Dominic Lofa. Dalamin Ibrahim also served as the Secretary Legal Advisor, while the Chief Operating Officer is Prince Davison Owumi. The new MPFL board has 2 years tenure, same as the board of the Nigerian National League, the Nigerian National Women Football League, as well as the Nigerian National Wide League 1 that were inaugurated on Monday. Meanwhile, MPFL partners and other news, GTI Asset and Management and Trust Limited has urged individual philanthropists and corporate Nigerians to take advantage of the ongoing resolution and revolution in the country's elite club football to invest into professional league clubs. According to the head of GTI Media and Publicity, Andre Onana, his firm entrance into the country's football ecosystem has paved way for elite club football to thrive. He said that the successful hosting of the 2022-23 Nigerian Premier Football League MPFL Championship playoff just concluded Nigeria Super 8 preseason tournament at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, Lagos, has clearly demonstrated that the upcoming MPFL season is going to be keenly contested with massive followership for each of the 20 clubs expected to do the battle. So this is a great one. He said this is a clarion GTI call. This is a clarion call GTI is making to individual philanthropists and corporate Nigerians to take advantage of the ongoing revolution that elite club football is witnessing in the country, and also to invest in them. And that's just the news about that. Quickly, let's get on to the next story. Let's give you this. Still talking about the football world in the local league MPFL. Let's get on this one, where the GTI also are really making a whole lot of talking points, and they are saying they want to make things look right. They want to make things come to be a very good place for us. Now, partner of the Nigerian Professional Football League GTI Asset Management and Trust Limited has announced an upward review of the prize money for the winners of the 2023-24 season, according to reports said ahead of media publicity. GTI NFF Andrew Okejoba disclosed that he said this in reports in Lagos on Thursday. He added that the emergence of GTI into the country's football ecosystem has paved way for elite clubs to try. Okejoba said the winners of the next year's title will receive 150 million naira and a giant trophy, while the second and third place finishers will also be handsomely rewarded financially to appreciate their effort. The MPFL is all about the players, and the GTI felt they should receive a large chunk of the dividend that comes to the league to appreciate their effort. Okejoba said, therefore, the 23-24 season will also see an upward review of the prize money away from 100 million naira to 150 million naira for the winners, while the second and third place team will receive financial reward for their effort. This became necessary in order to add more monetary value to the league and end of mass movement of our best, obstacle in that very one. Let's get away from that story. I think I'm a fan of what I'm really talking about now. One thing about this sports, not just about football. When you invest in sports, and it comes to be okay, a whole lot of people want to come to venture into what you do, and that's exactly what the GTI is really trying to do now. They've been here before, and this time around again, moving up to see that they come to make things right. The last time we saw was Enyimba winning that amount of money. That was 100 million naira, and they went home with that money. But right now, we've seen the GTI coming to say the next year is going to be a very different time, where we are going to see our national team winner, the MPFL side, will go home with that huge amount of money, talking about 150 million naira. That looks okay for me, if I must say. I think I'm loving what I'm talking about. Now, let's go on to the next story now. Yesterday, we saw a goalless draw yesterday, where Nigerian Super Falcons got a draw against the Canadian Olympic champion, and that game was very great. But let's give that kudos to more of the lady Chiamaka Nnadozie, who was a hero as the Super Falcons held out a goalless draw against Canada at the ongoing FIFA Women's World Cup. Overall, it was a heroic performance by every member of the Nigerian team, but Nnadozie, for me, stood out after saving the second half penalty and ensuring that the most successful African team of all time aimed the point in Melbourne, despite finishing the game with a player less. We got a red card in that very game. The Canadian, who saw captain Christian Sinclair miss the second half penalty kick and also tipped us to go far in the tournament, having won the gold medal at the Tokyo Olympic in 2021, beating the United States in the semi-final along the way. The Super Falcons, on the other hand, weren't given much of a chance in a group game, and also who comprised of the co-hosts Australia and Ireland. But Nigeria are 11-time African Cup of Nations winner and have qualified for every Women's World Cup. The Super Falcons have also advanced beyond the group stage on 2 occasions, and we'll be looking very confident of reaching the knockout round after their heroic draw against the highly rated Canadians. That result was not easy feat for round the Wild Drum Super Falcons manager, who entered the tournament ranked 40th in the world by FIFA and also finished the game with the 10-man players after Deborah Rabiot was shown a red card for dangerous challenge on Canada's Ashley Lawrence 6 minutes into stoppage time. That was not a big moment of the game, though. The big moment of Melbourne was Nerazzurri's penalty save against Canada's Sinclair, who is the world all-time leading international goal scorer, but who also sent her effort toward the low right corner where the Super Falcons captain dove to first fire the effort. Before further denying the 40-year-old Canadian forward, the result left fans of the Super Falcons delighted with the happier fans also in that very game. So just something very good to talk about. You talk about the Super Falcons, and I love what I saw. They did well. They did well. Someone like to say Nigerians like to do some mathematics in the game, but no to that. We have to play against Australia. The next game is not a baby's game. It's a very strong side. And don't forget they are co-hosts in this very much tournament, and we have to play that very game with all our heart, soul, spirit, body, and mind, just to see that we get the result right. Then our last game, 31st July 23, will come to be against the wonderful coming deputant called the Republic of Ireland. So we have to pray and watch and see what happens. Come from around the Wild Drum team, Super Falcons all the way. Next on now, let's go talk about tennis, where there's a fallout from the 2023 Wimbledon Championship continues while there have been drama elsewhere in the tennis world. Talking about tennis on the show, the 2023 Championship just concluded on Sunday, but there's still plenty of SW19 fallouts after Carlos Alcaraz turned Novak Djokovic in the men's final of the final day of the 2-week Grand Slam. Alcaraz claimed the second career slam by edging the Serb to an absorbing 5-set victory on the center court. Djokovic, who had been beating cramply Alcaraz in the French Open semi-finals, now hopes for a rivalry between the pair. He said he hopes to meet the young Spaniard in the US Open, where Alcaraz is the reigning champion, which starts next month. But Alcaraz has dismissed suggestion that the era of Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer is over. With Djokovic having still won 3 of the last 5 slams and all of the others, which the 20-year-old has not. He won Wimbledon last year before being crowned champion at the Australian Open and French Open this year. There are major developments within tennis involving a round away from Wimbledon 2 after drama at the Budapest Open. And also China's player Zheng Chuai retired in tears after an incident over a ball mark, the umpire ruling the ball out of the appeared in. Zheng Chuai opponent Marisa Todt then rubbed off the mark of the ball on the clay, which sparked a low on the road that eventually led to a tearful Zheng Chuai retiring from an apparent panic attack. That's what it is in the world of tennis. Time will not let me to do more to talk about more about tennis. The news looks very quite lengthy. But come with me, let's talk about boxing right now. Where not boxing, I beg your pardon. Talk about golf. Any else, that's a golf legendary. The 4-time major winner has launched a skating attack on the controversial agreement made between the PGA Tour, DP World Tour, and the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund. After a 4th round on the fire at the 151st Open Championship here, El said the PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan is fortunate to still be in the position that the Saudi-backed LRV Cycles Golf and called the alliance deal an absolute shambles. Moving on, Traditional Tour announced a shock deal with the PIF on June 6th. Details on what professional golf will look like when the terms are finalized remain unclear, but else is being furious with how the sport got to this point and the secrecy attached to the talks. On Monahan said, his South African said, if this happened in my day, in my prime, there is no way he is around, no way, and the board has to change. You do, not good to say that. He said, he sounds very angry. Let me not get to talk more. It's just about this man. He's been in the game before, and this is just about him. He's a 4-time major winner. You talk about golf, and he's not really happy with what's really going on with the world of golf. I think it's about the major. Most people don't like to see the major. Most people want to see the golf stand on its own. They want to see the PGA Tour, and maybe if you want to have an LRV golf, you could stay on your own possibly. But he's been furious. He's not been happy. He doesn't want to see the combination. He doesn't want to see the transformation coming together. A whole lot of them are not also happy. The likes of Tiger Woods, who is a PGA Tour 15-time major champion, is always not talking about this. He feels very angry. He feels that Commissioner Jay Monahan shouldn't have accepted that merging. Right now, it's still about the golf world, and also the merging doesn't really look right for who for those people in courts in the world of, of the PGA Tour. But let's go with the next story now because of time frame. Let's go get into this one now to give it to you the way it is now. This one sounds funny in the world of boxing. I talked about this lady the other time, winning a game and flashing your boobs to the media. I mean, not just the media. I vividly forgot the kids are watching. Daniela Hemsley made headlines around the world recently after flashing her boobs, flashing her breasts following her boxing win over Miss Danielle Carter. Stunt-provoked reaction in that world of boxing arena. I mean, it's like a stunt-provoking action from all corners of the sport and beyond, and was widely condemned. As a result, Kingpin Boxing published a statement to address the incidents, laying down a punishment for Hemsley as we strive to bring fans to the best influence boxing event possible. We accept the Saturday's post-fight incident may have offended some viewers and appreciate that this incident didn't meet the standard expected from Kingpin Fight Night. Kingpin said this in a statement. We apologize fully to anyone upset during the broadcast. The statement continued before announcing the punishment for Hemsley. The fighter involved in the incident will also not be appearing in the final event and has decided to take some time away from boxing. We will now be turning our attention to the Kingpin final with all of us, more determined than ever to hold the greatest night of influence boxing. It doesn't sound to be a good one, let me let you know. Now, I think what I love about the lady, she came to apologize and she said this. She said, I have to apologize and I claim that this was an incident. I did it harder. Definitely didn't have a walk in the park. But big respect, that was true well. Hemsley wrote on Instagram. She said, I also apologize to anyone who may have felt offended by an excitement. I did actually have tassel on, but the sweat stunk them to my bra. And that's from the lady. You don't want to show your boobs to the people. And that's just what it is. Let's talk about boxing again. Send another story away from the Hemsley news. Anthony Joshua is telling that the stylist change that he has made in the recent past will pay off someday, even if other people don't see it necessarily okay. The former heavyweight champion from London is scheduled to take on a compatriot Dillian White in a rematch on August 12th at the O2 Arena in London. Joshua stopped White in their first encounter in 2015, while the outcome of the fight may not necessarily be in doubt. Joshua is the natural favorite. There will be an outside scrutiny regarding the way in which he decides to fight Dillian. Joshua has seemingly changed up his style, going from a come-forward, offensive-minded fighter into his youth days to more defensive, responsible one that critics are also apt to call skittish and gun-shy. Joshua has been working to get back into title contention since his two tough consecutive defeat to unified champion Alexander Usyk. He's paired up with veteran trainer Derrick James ahead of his last fight in the spring against American Jermaine Franklin, whom he defeated by unanimous decision. Joshua was seriously criticized by playing a two-save against the unheralded Franklin. In a recent interview, according to Joshua, Joshua made it clear he has turned out his distractors as this relates to his newfound approach in the ring. The 33-year-old Radford native compared his comeback to the second phase in the career of Hall of Famer Floyd Mayweather. All right, let's go away from this one now, the world of boxing, and move up to the next story. I've got this now for you. This is just quite interesting for every Manchester United fan. Let's talk about football. You know I love to wrap up the show with football news. Now, Manchester United midfielder Bruno Fernandes has been confirmed as the club's new captain. Manager Erik ten Hag has previously stripped off England centre-half Harry Maguire of the captaincy. He then took it a few days, and also now seeing Bruno Fernandes, the Portuguese international, being the skipper of the Manchester United side. It doesn't sound good for the Englishman. Talk about Harry Maguire, but United announced this decision on their official website and social media account on Thursday. Fernandes, who is 28 and has already won the armband on 45 occasions last season, is now officially club captain. Maguire is likely to stay at the club for at least another season despite his demotion in the standing, and that's for Harry Maguire. Next up now, Saudi Pro League club Al Ahly are continuing their summer race for English Premier League side. The Jeddah-based team are working hard to secure Arsenal Thomas Partey as well as Fulham boss Marco Silva. Ex-Liverpool star Roberto Firmino and Chelsea keeper Edouard Mendy have already signed for the Saudi team. They are working on a deal for Riyad Mahrez from Manchester City. According to report, the source adds that the move for Newcastle United winger Alan Maximan-Smith is also in the pipeline. Fulham also, the ball saver, may now be tempted to join the Saudi revolution as he's being offered a massive rise on that one. Now, next on, we get to talk about Arsenal. Arsenal have sufficient leadership within their current group of players for the coming season. This is the view of the young Gabriel Martinelli. He said, who spoke about the departure of Granit Xhaka. Martinelli believes that plenty of leadership still within the Gunners' dressing room. He said even if they have lost an experienced head, speaking to reporters, Arsenal forward Martinelli said Granit Xhaka is a top guy, a top player, and he has one of the captains in the team. But we have many options. He was always right here to help us, but we are going to find someone else to do that. Of course, we got a chance to say goodbye. We spoke in the last game, and also he's a lovely guy, and I hope he does well in this season. I just wish him the best, and I wish the family the best as well, coming from Gabriel Martinelli. Now, next on now, Atletico Madrid has set their price for one-away striker João Felix. The Portuguese international has agreed to angered fans and director after declaring ambition of playing for Barcelona. PSG are in contact with Jorge Mendes, the agent of Felix. Felix is valued around 80 million euro for an outright sale and will take 11 million euro for 12 months loan. Along with PSG, a return to Benfica has also been mentioned and being monitored for Felix this week. Now, let's talk about Chelsea. Wrapping up the show now. Chelsea will have to pay a higher fee if they want to sign Moise Caicedo this summer. The Ecuadorian player midfielder is key target for the Blues for the rest of the transfer window. According to report, Chelsea have seen the £70 million bid rejected by Albion for the 21-year-old. Caicedo, who has also been at Brighton for over 2 years, is valued close to £105 million. Brighton are determined to have that talk with Chelsea, and let's see how that pans out. This is where we have to call it a wrap. But lastly on the show, Inter Milan captain Lautaro Martinez has received a massive offer from Saudi Arabia. The international Argentina player, World Cup winner, agent has received a Saudi Pro League proposal worth around 60 million euro a year and 4 years. For the moment, Lautaro Martinez is yet to instruct his agent to begin negotiation about the 240 million euro offer, and that's just what's going to be happening. Let's see how that pans out. And I mean, a whole lot of lucrative and also wonderful incentive being shown to this man, including iPhones and lands, wanting to land that Lautaro Martinez to the Saudi side. But it just saw a whole lot of interest inside. Feeling so bad because I won't be here for you tomorrow. But hopefully when I return back on the Monday, it's going to be a whole lot of interesting time again to talk about sports with you. But this is Voice of the People TV. Stay safe here. My name is Kizzy K. Bye-bye for now.